Okay, so let's finish with example number 3 where we have to sketch 2 graphs, and the first graph is going to be, let's sketch y is equal to 2 cotangent of x over 5. Let's make sure that when we're graphing it, we include the x-intercepts, the asymptotes, and 3 periods of the function. Now, the first thing we're going to do when we're dealing with cotangent is we're going to set the argument equal to 0. And then set the argument equal to pi. And what this is going to do is it's going to tell us how the asymptotes are going to be transformed. Remember, original asymptotes in the tangent function go from 0 to pi. So if we set each argument equal to 0 and pi, that will tell us where our new asymptotes are going to be transformed to. So we end up with x equals 0, and we end up with x is equal to 5 pi. So this is what we know so far about this tangent function. About this cotangent function. We know we're starting here at 0 and we're ending at 5 pi. So we have a period of 5 pi. And here's one complete period of that function. And we're going to draw 3 periods of the function. So 5 pi plus 5 pi gives us 10 pi. So here's another vertical asymptote. 0 minus 5 pi is negative 5 pi. So here's another vertical asymptote. Let's make a nice graph here. Vertical asymptote, and vertical asymptote. Okay, so once we have the vertical asymptotes, and again, we have 3 full periods, this period here, and there's a period here. Now let's find some zeros that go hand in hand with them. Remember, the zeros occur exactly halfway between each one of the asymptotes. So halfway between 0 and 5 is 2.5, and 2.5 as an improper fraction is 5 pi over 2. So here's a 0 here. Halfway between 5 and 10 is 7.5. 7.5 as an improper fraction is 15 pi over 2. Halfway between 0 and negative 5 pi is negative 2.5. As an improper fraction is negative 5 pi over 2. And these are all zeros. Now, we do have this too, but remember amplitude doesn't, we don't define amplitude within the context of cotangent and tangent. And also remember that cotangent has this negative x cubed looking infinite function that goes hand in hand with it. So this is what 3 complete periods of this function looks like. Okay, let's finish with our last example over here with b. We did a, let's do b. We have y is equal to negative 4 cotangent x minus pi over 2. X minus pi over 2. Let's graph this function. And again, I'm always going to start in the argument here, and we're going to set this argument equal to 0, and we're going to set that argument equal to pi. This is going to tell us how our asymptotes are going to be transformed. So let's add pi over 2 to each side. This tells us that x is equal to pi over 2, and this tells us that x is equal to 1 pi plus half a pi, which is the same thing as saying 1.5 pi's, which is the same thing as saying 3 pi over 2. Okay, so we look at this, we say, okay, normally I start at 0 and I end at pi. Now instead of starting 0 and ending at pi for one complete cycle, I'm going to start at pi over 2, and I'm going to end at 3 pi over 2. Okay, you can tell the distance between 1/2 and 1.5 is 1, or 1 pi, so we still have a period of 1 pi, that hasn't changed. But remember I asked for 3 periods, so let's figure out what some endpoints, some of the other values, some of the other asymptotes are going to look like. Well, if you take 3 pi over 2 and add 1 pi to it, we're going to get, so 1.5 plus 1 is 2.5, also known as 5 pi over 2, so there's another endpoint for an asymptote. And let's do one more endpoint for, oops, I missed that one a lot, didn't I? Let's do one more endpoint for an asymptote. Let's do one over here. So again, remember what we're doing is we're adding pi, or you can subtract pi also to find some if you want to go the negative side, if you want to go to the left. So pi over 2 minus pi will take us to negative pi over 2. All right, now let's find some zeros. Remember the zeros occur halfway in between the other functions. Halfway in between the asymptotes. So in between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2 is 0. In between 1/2 and 1.5 is 1, or just 1 pi. In between 1.5 and 2.5 is 2, or 2 pi. Now normally our cotangent function looks like a bunch of negative x cubes, but this negative over here means we're going to reflect it over the x-axis, which means they're going to look like regular x cubes. So when we go to graph it, And one more time, we kind of ignore the 4 because we don't define amplitude in the context of the function of cotangent. And this is what 3 complete periods of this function will look like.